This was a near perfect masterpiece. This one, not so much. Let's get into it. Hello there, Clapperheads, and welcome to a brand new edition of ClapperCorn Reviews. My name is Nick Dorian. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the latest Warner Brothers film, Joker, Folie et Deux. Now, I think it goes without saying, when Joker first came out in 2019, it was a game changer for DC. Director Todd Phillips took one of the most beloved villains of the DC universe and changed the game and gave us a story that none of us could have expected and gave us new light on the Joker. It was darker, edgier, more grounded and heavier than any of the DC films combined, but we enjoyed that ride so much and it became almost an instant classic. So when Phillips and Warner Brothers announced they would be making a sequel to it, I was very hesitant from the get-go. And then we got word there would be sort of a musical type film and I was even more worried. And after watching the film, I feel all those worries were completely justified. Following the events of the first film, Joker Folie et Deux follows Arthur Fleck once again as he deals with the aftermath of all the catastrophe that has happened. Throughout all that, he is also dealing with the fact that he may have a dual identity, but then meets the love of his life, Harley Quinn, who turns his world upside down. Now, while that is the synopsis of the film, it tends to be a bit convoluted and messy at times because you're not exactly sure what direction director Todd Phillips is going for. Sure, we get to see Arthur deal with a lot of conflict because of what he has done, but at the same time, what exactly was his motive and what exactly is the conflict? There's a lot of questions that are left unanswered with this film, and it feels like it goes in roundabout areas so many times and in circles time and time again, leaving us wonder what on earth is actually really going on. While the first film had great motive for Arthur Fleck to become the Joker, this one doesn't seem like he has a motive. All we're truly getting is just how tortured Arthur Fleck is without actually having any sort of victory for him. It's a very monotone character, unlike what we got with the first installment. And while fans were eagerly awaiting to see Harley Quinn because she is so instrumental to the Joker in the comic books, Lady Gaga's performance, while great, leaves a lot to be desired purely because down to the script writing. Her character also felt very flat and you didn't really understand the motives. All the disappointments I have with this film at the moment all boil down to the story. Nothing to do with the actors at all. Both Phoenix and Gaga give outstanding performances and do the best that they can, but we can't deny the fact that there is a story here that feels like it's been written by 10 different script writers trying to figure out a main storyline. And while all of that is happening, we are left with one of the most boring courtroom dramas you will ever witness. And then there are the musical numbers. While I understand, just like the first film, we sort of blur the lines between what is his fantasy and what's not, these musical numbers feel like it's a bit half-baked. If he wanted to make this more of his fantasy or more part of the script, he should have gone full out, turn it into a musical, turn it into this sort of Joker fantasy. But unfortunately, he still grounded it much in reality that it's left going, why is this even needed in the first place? But while all of that is said, there are still a few, and I use that word very sparingly, saving graces to this film. Phillips has once again delivered some fantastic compositions of shots that feel like they are paintings that you could poster up on your wall. Some of those shots are honestly so beautiful and well thought out. And returning once again is the musical composition of Hilda Guttendatter. Forgive me, I might have butchered her name, but it doesn't deny that her music was integral to this film. Her score really set the tone of the first film and does it again in this one, and I love how her music sort of intertwined with those musical numbers that I was talking about earlier. And like I said again, Phoenix and Gaga are fantastic in this, albeit let down by the script. And for that, I applaud Phillips for what he did, but that is the minutest thing compared to the bigger picture of the whole film. At the end of the day, Joker Folie et Deux is a film that feels like it wasn't necessary in the first place. We had a great standalone Joker film that shouldn't have been continued. It was a one and only, keep it as that. We didn't need a sequel, but we got it anyway. And while there are some saving graces, as I said earlier, it's just not enough for a rewatch over and over and over again, just like the first film. So do yourself a favor, Joker Folie et Deux comes out tomorrow in Malaysian cinemas. Go and watch it and let me know your thoughts down below. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. Let me know. I would love to know what you thought. And as always, you can check us out on all social media. It's all on the screen at the moment: Instagram, TikTok, and of course YouTube. Go and follow and subscribe to those channels for more updates. Thank you so much again for watching. I'm Nick Dorian, and until next time, keep watching the movies.